I've been pretty consistent that I value experience, and it's not an age, it's how professional and what skill set a player has. So age isn't really a barrier, and the players that you're referring to, Watson's a good example. Very professional with what he does, and prepares himself well. So he's played extremely well. Bravo's another one. MS Dhoni's not a bad one either. So the guys we're talking about are, I still think, have a lot to give, and their calmness around the group plays a big part. Yep, we've got some young players as well, but right now you're seeing through the tournament that experience counts. Under pressure, experience counts, and there's not many games where there's not a lot of pressure. So look, that's what I value. We got criticism from it. We're only halfway through the tournament, so I'm certainly not one to say I told you so. By no means we've got our challenges, but we're very happy with the way that our senior players, our experienced players have gone so far.
Stephen, taking forward whatever you said, and you all do good troubles, and you seem to be a team that backs itself to bat out of any situation. Having said that, is the bowling a concern? You've been going for 200 plus games, 198 over.
Yeah.
How much concern is that?
Well, it'd be a concern if we weren't getting one more than what they were getting. So that's, I guess, the silver lining. We're playing high-scoring games. Some of it's to do with conditions. Some of it's to do with some bad bowling under pressure. And some of it's to do with great batsmanship. And I look back to the last game we played against Kolkata. It was an extraordinary game to play. Or to watch. Andre Russell was unbelievable. And somehow we were able to match him. Sam Billings and Dhoni and Bravo and the like were able to get across the line. So that's been the nature of our tournament. We've really been in good battles. We've had players who've played well against us, and most times we've been able to fight that or match that. So it's just been a good scrapping tournament. You can lose 3 or 4 of those games and we're down the bottom. So we know that, but it's keeping us on the edge and making us uncomfortable about each game, which is a good thing from a coach's point of view.
Stephen, KKR have a very poor striking rate in the power play. 7 wickets in 8 games, not a single one in the last 4 games. Are these stats looked at, and if they are, would you give the openers an additional license to go extra hard early on?
Look, they're good points, and there are so many statistics around this season that it's hard to ignore them. Just what ones are that important. The end of the game usually tells you that. There's a lot of indicators throughout that you can look at, but I'm not going to ask my players to change the way they play just because another team hasn't got the numbers that they would like. It might mean that they're due, and we could easily be 3 for 30 tomorrow chasing the game. So we've got a pattern that we like to play. We've got a style of player that we like to have in the 11, and that gives us, I think, the best chance of combating some of those statistics. There's for every poor to average statistic, there's probably a good one down the other end. So you just got to manage them and make sure that you've got a balance of statistics and gut feel. Certainly that's my point of view.
How would you analyze KKR as an opponent?
Well, they're dangerous like the other 7 teams in the competition, as well as us. They've got match winners. Lin and Narayan, straight away you've got to be on song, otherwise the game can slip. Probably the middle order run has been very good. I'm not sure what his injury status was, but there's some good talent through there with Uthappa and, of course, Kartik coming in, and then you've got Andre Russell factor. So there's not much time to relax as a bowling unit. We just got to combat the spinners, and then if there's an opportunity against the seamers, then we look to take it. But the spinners are probably the key weapon for KKR. There's no secret around that, so it's trying to find a way through that and making sure you show the respect to the seamers. At some point you're going to have to take a risk, so it's just trying to find the hole to do that.
Ambati Raidu giving you an extra option. This guy is coming after order, in the middle order and getting runs. So how much is Ambati Raidu helping out in the team combination?
Yeah, he's been massive for us. We did pick him with that role in mind, that there might be a little bit of shuffling. And he's done that before, so it was the way he was picked at Mumbai interests me, the way he plays interests me a lot, and the way he's performed this year has been fantastic for us. He's only 2 spots really, 2 or 4, and he's been given a very clear role right from the start that could be the case. So depending on the combination we want to play, what attack we're playing, he knows what type of game to play, and just the fact he played well at the top, and then again, probably had a hand in us winning the match the other night with that partnership with Dhoni. Just shows how flexible and how calm he is at the crease at the moment. He's having a fantastic season.
Stephen, to an earlier question, you mentioned Robin Uthappa also as one to take batting drop.
Yeah.
But it's also pretty much true that Robin Uthappa, while he's got starts, he's not been around to finish the game. So is that something as a coach that you also look at?
Yeah, that makes me worried because it means he's due. I'd much rather him be on a heater, on a big streak. So again, those sort of stats you can look at. If we can get him early or get him for another 30, I'd be delighted because he's an outstanding player and very aggressive player. I've over my years been seen a lot of him, and he's tend to play well against us. So he is one that I'd like to get early. Yes.
Last two questions. In the CSK there is a sense of continuity where you retain most of the players. There is 2 years gap. And there's a calm, a lot of it is attributed to the way Dhoni reacts on the field also. Is all this very important in a format like T20, where it's a roller coaster?
Well, we think so. There's a lot of different ways to do things, different methods, but we've been very open in the fact that we want continuity, cohesion in our team, so that when we get together, keep in mind it's only 2 months a year, when we get together we want the relationship bonds to be a little bit stronger than if you're chopping and changing the whole time. And the trick around it is being open and planned with your players so that you're not jumping from one thing to the next. So we try and have a very strong program that we give the players so they understand where they sit and then a lot of respect through our communication with them. It's worked for us. We always have to get better with it, and this year's a big test putting together another team, but again, we would like to think that we've got some continuity with the players we've got and support staff as well. So yeah, it is valuable to us.
Stephen Fleming, he was he's just a 21-year-old kid, and on his IPL debut, the performance he put in. How do you rate him as a young first bowler?
Oh, it was very important because it brings our average team age down, and that seems to be important for you guys. So no, we've been excited about him for a while. We were obviously saddened with him with the loss of his father, but he's come back to the group now, and his performance was fantastic. So we're very proud of what he did the other night, and his contribution to the group has been great. But as you say, he's a young talent, he's a massive presence, and conditions like Kolkata, the new Kolkata pitch, I think it'd be exciting to see him go. He's a good talent for South Africa and certainly for us.